Keep your crypto safe. When you get a wallet, and I think that the Internet Money Wallet is the best one, you need to write down your seed words and keep them in a safe place. The BIP39 protocol. You are given 12 or 24 random words from a list of 2048. Write them down, keep them in a safe place, and they're for your eyes only. So if we were to consider two words that we could get from this 2048 list, we would have a possible combination between all the 2048 words that could be there of over 4 million. So it'd be fair to say that if a hacker wanted to get in, they would be trying at least half, so that's 2 million combinations, and that's only with two words. So let's have a think about the maths. We've got 12 words from the 2048. So we're timesing everything together. And every time we go and time something together, we find that we need to go one less. So we'd end up from the 12 words down to 2037. So we end up with a number of possible combinations, which is extremely high. This is 5 to the power of 52, or 10 to the power of 51 even. So it is considered to be mathematically impossible to guess something if it is over 5 to the power of 50. So that is how hard that is to guess. We can get a hardware wallet. The Trezor wallet here can be got, and you can plug that into the computer and it will give you access to your accounts. You can also have optional passphrases that give you extra accounts that you can go in there. This is where this idea comes from. It's devastating when someone loses the crypto, and they lose them by various ways. Scammers will go and contact people and they'll ask them for their seed words. Unfortunately, people will give their seed words out and they'll go into the account, and that's their crypto lost because they can go and get their crypto from that information. Else, sometimes that they're wrote down in places where someone can get hold of the seed phrases. They can go copy them seed phrases, steal them, and very often the only time people know that their crypto has actually been stolen is when they go in to check their accounts. It's absolutely devastating when this happens, and it happens too often. Passphrases are great. You can have little mnemonics to remember things. You remember that, and you don't need to write things down. So back to the idea. What I want people to do is to provide a passphrase. I want that to be 20 characters or more. I think that's reasonable. And basically what that does is you have 96 possible characters that you can choose on, including special characters, such as the likes of colon, semicolon, exclamation mark, and the likes. That is times by 20, and that means that the chances of actually guessing a passphrase goes to be quite incredible for anybody to guess that. You select a team. Now the teams can be from any place in the world, any league that they've got there, any different types of films. You just pick that team from them leagues. And then you select a year, just have a year, remember the year, and remember a month. And if you do all these together, I believe it's very memorable, and it makes it incredibly difficult to go and guess whatever someone's passphrases are. If you don't enter it exactly into the system, you don't get in. So let me have a little think about how you can do this. So let's think of making up a story. So the little story I've got for this example is I take my 6-year-old to school, then I go to the shops. My 6-year-old was born in 2017. The Little Town Primary is the school that 6-year-old goes to. And the shop that I frequently attend is Tesco. So I have this little mnemonic here for my passphrase. The team. This is the magic roundabout in Swindon. It's famous for things. So the Swindon town has the magic roundabout. You may know nothing about England, may know nothing about anywhere, but you remember the magic roundabout. That little mnemonic will get you to Swindon town. The year 2010 is a very memorable year. Half of 2 is 1, and 2010, yeah. And then we've got April showers. So this little mnemonic is capable of getting this particular seed phrase for people, passphrase for people. Please don't use this one, make your own up. But that's just a general idea. There's a lot of help about making mnemonics on the internet. So the cipher that I've got, it's got to be complex and it's going to be hard for someone to get into it. So the actual code that I've got that sits behind, and I will go into this, but I can't really go to it at this level because of the complexity of the code. I think it'd just be way beyond this video. But that has got to be at least as complicated or even more complicated than the 24 seed words that you can pick from the 2048 seed words. Um, so the passphrase teams, years, and months. In my estimation, the mapper kind of looked at that. This is that if you use the special characters in any shape or form with this or the likes, you've got 40 to the power of 10 for the 20 character passphrase has been there. That isn't as much as the 50 to the power of 10 or the 51 as power of 10 as it is in the seed phrases, but you can always add to the actual words here that I've explained before. And how would you use this? The way I look at it is you go to Mr. Gunn. The code by the time it's live will be on the repo, so there'll be a repo there where you can get hold of the code if you wanted to do it that way. But there'll be a program that will be from that particular repo. It won't change, or I hope it won't. It won't change when we get this to the point where it's ready to go. You will then download the program. When you download the program, nothing is recorded from the program. That's very important. You run that from your local machine, not from the internet. So you set up your seed phrase. When you set up your seed phrase, you choose if you want to store it on the blockchain or just keep the thing local. It's up to you. I don't want to force anybody to have to use the blockchain if they're not comfortable with that. You enter your seed word, which is the bit that I think most people would be most uncomfortable, and it's a bit that has to be the most secure. Nothing is recorded. That's the one thing that is absolutely important about this. And then you get to store the cipher, whether that would be store the cipher on your local machine or it actually goes through to the blockchain. The next question is how would you recover your seed word? Again, you'd open the Cipher program. When you open the Cipher program, you'd enter your passphrase. Then you'd enter the cipher text if you stored it locally. It will go and find that passphrase from the blockchain. If that's not the case, it's set up to do that, and then you get to view your seed word. Again, not stored locally. You'll get to view that. It'd be something that you can see, and then you can then enter that into whatever wallet that you've got. So where is it? This code is still under development. I was happy to store a seed phrase in a cipher locally for myself from the version which is pre-009 in the actual code. So I use it at that level. It's gone on a little bit, but I'm not prepared to even use that for myself as where it stands at the moment. It's under development. It's moving forward. There's stuff to do. The next thing I will be doing, I think, is updating the website, and this video is included in that. So thank you very much for watching. That's where we are at the moment.